So let us
Yes.
start with, we'll continue our discussion on genetic algorithm. In last lecture, we have seen the general structure of genetic algorithm, which consists of important steps like defining fitness function to perform selection, crossover operation, mutation operation. We repeat these steps until we are satisfied with the current solution. Okay. So genetic algorithm means we initialize the population, then we perform following steps repeatedly: selection, crossover and mutation. So that generates a newer population, new offsprings. We check fitness of newly generated population. If we are satisfied with the solution, then we return that as a solution. Otherwise, we repeat the process. So that's what we have discussed in last lecture. Now let us see these steps one by one in detail. Now we will start with defining initial population. So whenever you are going to define the population, that time you might have noticed that if your problem is different, the technique used for one problem cannot be used for another problem. Okay. For example, let us recall the case of traveling salesman problem. In traveling salesman problem, you have represented a solution as a character string, where each character represents the city that you are visiting. Okay, so another characteristic of that solution in traveling salesman problem is cities, they should not be visited, repeated. You should not repeat the cities. So order is important, order in which you are visiting those cities, that is important. That's how you have defined solution in traveling salesman problem. Same technique will not work in some other problem. Okay. So therefore, depending upon the problem domain, you will have to think of how you are going to define the solution. Now there are some commonly used representation. If you know them, you can think of, if any new problem is given to you, what kind of representation should be used. So the techniques, commonly used techniques are binary representation, real valued representation. In binary representation, as its name suggests, you are going to use a binary bit for representing a solution. So we define a bit string as a solution. For example, 0011, that can be the representation, binary representation. Real valued representation, another technique sometimes can be used. For example, I can have solution something like this: 0.4, 0.7, 0.6, 0.13, something like this. So set of this real numbers, that can be the solution. Integer representation you can have. For example, integer numbers you can use: 1, 8, 3, 8, 6, something like this. Set of integers that can be used for representing a solution. You can have permutation representation, permutations of numbers. For example, 1 to 4 numbers are there. So 1, 3, 2, 4. Permutation of 1 to 4 numbers, that can be the solution. Okay, these are some of the techniques which you can use for representing the solution. However, as I told you, that it is highly problem specific. For a given problem, you may have to use the appropriate representation, which may not be in this list even. Now let us start with binary representation. This is the simplest and most widely used because binary numbers are computer representing. Your computer operates on binary numbers only, so this is the most suitable representation. Okay. In this representation, the genotype consists of bit strings. For some problems, when the solution space consists of Boolean decision variable, for example, yes or no, which you can convert that in the form of 1 or 0, this binary representation is natural. Okay. Consider the example of knapsack problem, which already you knew. Do you know knapsack problem in design analysis? You might have discussed. Do you know knapsack problem? Neha, Manish, Vaibhav, Harshika, Ketan. Ketan, yes or no? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So I am asking you question. Do you know knapsack problem?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
First to then
No, sir.
understand in design analysis of algorithms, you will be discussing this problem. What the problem is. Basically, you are not interested in knapsack, but there are similar type of real life problems. Okay, like knapsack. So if we have a solution for this problem, same technique can be used for solving those real life problems. So what we have in knapsack, if there are n items, suppose we have n items, we can represent the solution by binary string of n elements, where x element will tell you whether the item x is picked up or not. If it is picked up, then value will be 1. If not, value will be 0. So suppose there are 10 items. Suppose n is equal to 10. There are 10 items. Uh, Now bit string, this is a bit string. This bit string will tell you whether these items are picked up or not. For example, first item, start from the left. First item value is 0, that means it is not picked up. Second one not picked up. Third one value is 1, therefore it is picked up. Fourth one is not. Fifth one is picked up. Sixth one value, therefore picked up. Seventh one, yes. 8 and 9, no. 10th one is picked up.
No.
So, to represent this situation, we will use a bit string. Now, bit string is 001, 011, 100 and 1. So, this bit string will tell you whether the corresponding item is picked up or not. Okay. So, we are going to use this binary representation for representing this knapsack problem. Actual problem you read at home. This is sufficient for us right now. Suppose first one is picked up. So what I will do here, value will be 1. Second one is picked up, value will be 1. Third one not picked up, value will be 0. Picked up, value 1. Picked up, value 1. Next one not picked up, value 0. picked up value 1, picked up value 1, not picked up value 0, not picked up value 0. So this will be the corresponding bit string. So if it's a binary representation, we will either assign decision variable value 0 or 1 depending upon the situation. So if such a representation is used, we call that as a binary representation. Okay? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can we use such a representation in traveling salesman problem? Suppose position in a bit string that will represent city. So can it be used?
Yes, sir.
Okay, suppose there are 4 cities now. We will check it out. A, B, C and D. Suppose the trip made by the salesman is A, C, B and D. Now how to represent this in binary form?
Visited at ones and not visited at zeros.
Suppose this is how you are going to represent a bit string. 4 values will be there. So A is visited, value will be
One.
1 according to you. B
One.
is visited, value is
Zero.
1. C is visited, value is 1. D is visited, value is 1. Every city has to be visited, so all the time value will be 1. So therefore, this way you cannot represent. Out here the order is important. The order in which you are visiting that city is important. Okay, you think on this. Binary representation this way cannot be used for representing solution in traveling salesman problem. Okay, otherwise every bit will be 1. Okay, so that is not the way. Then second type of representation is real valued representation. As its name suggests, we have to use real numbers, real values for representing the decision variables. Where you want to define genes by using continuous variables rather than discrete. In binary case, discrete variables were used, but out here continuous variables are used. For example, point 0.5, point 0.2, point 0.6, in this way sequence of real valued numbers, this is the solution. This can be the solution. So you just think of for what kind of problem such a representation might have to be used. But real valued representation is like this. Okay. So in a solution, there are how many parameters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 parameters are there. Every parameter has continuous value. Okay. That is, it seems like that is between 0 to 1. So such a representation is called as real valued representation, where real numbers are used for representing the variables. Next type of representation is integer representation. As its name suggests, integer numbers you are going to use for representing genes. For discrete valued genes, we cannot always remit the solution space to binary values like 1 or 0. Okay. So therefore, sometimes you need something different. So integer representation can be the solution for this. If we want to encode 4 distances, for example, consider the case that north you are going to represent as 0, south represent that as 1, east 2 and west by number 4.
Three.
Sorry, correct. 3.
Three.
3. Right. Um, but below I have used 1 2 3 4, so somewhere we have to make a change. Okay, we will make change out here. So instead of 1, here it will be 0, 1 2 3, okay, 2 1 3 0 1 and 0. So your representation will be 0 1 2 3 2 1 3 0 1 and 0. Suppose there are four distances or directions, you may say north, south, east and west, and you have to represent that in your solution. So what we do, generally we perform encoding. So encoding that we have performed is 0 is representing north, 1 is representing south, 2 is representing east and 3 is representing west. So in such a case, integer representation will be desirable instead of these four directions. What we will do, we will convert them into the integers, and then we will represent that with the help of integers. So one of the way to represent a solution will be like this. Such a representation is called as integer representation. Otherwise, what we would have done, instead of 0, then we would have written here north. Okay, instead of 1 here, we would have written there south. So collection of these directions. But from implementation point of view, this is better representation rather than those directions, because four directions are there. So it's better you convert them in integers, four integers, and use them in your representation. Such a representation is called as integer representation, because this computer understands better as compared to this. Understood?
Yes, sir.
What is ultimately, what does mean that your real problem solution may be something else in the real world. You have to convert it into the computer understandable form. So we are going to call that as a solution. Then next variation or type of representation is permutation representation. That means where order is important. In many problems you will find out order is important. In such a case, permutation representation is suitable. Now come to that problem, traveling salesman problem, where the salesman has to take a tour of all cities, visiting each city exactly once and come back to the starting city. Total distance of the tour has to be minimized. It's a minimization problem. The solution is naturally ordering or permutation of all the cities. Therefore, this permutation representation is the suitable representation for this traveling salesman problem. What we have done here, suppose there are 10 cities. So we will represent these cities by 10 numbers, digits. So city A means 0, city B means 1, city C means 2, in this way up to city 9. So now what is meaning of this? Okay, we will continue it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I and J. These are the cities. Corresponding numbers we are going to use, digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So now here A means 1 means city B, 5 means F, 9
F,
means
J,
J, 8 means
I,
I, H, E,
E,
C,
C, D,
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 G,
G, A.
A. Right? Correct. Now this sequence of letters that is representing a tour. no city is visited again, no city is repeated. So this is representing a tour. So sequence of letters, that is representing a solution here, possible solution in traveling salesman problem. Better way, if I convert it in numbers, then it will look like this. Okay, so such a representation, either this or this, such a representation is called as permutation representation, where order is important. Right? Understood? So in traveling salesman problems, permutation representation has to be used for representing the solution. Any question up to this in representations? So depending upon the problem, you will have to select the appropriate representation. Any question up to this in representation of population or solution?
No, sir.
So we will move further. Now, once we have represented solutions, set of solutions that will represent a population. Whenever you are going to represent a population, there are certain things that we should keep in mind, important aspects of the population. The diversity of the population should be maintained. Otherwise, that might lead to the suboptimal solution or premature convergence, as we have seen. Then population size should not be kept very large, as it can cause GA to slow down. Okay, so size of population should be limited, while smaller population, if it is too small, might not be enough for good mating pool. If it is too small, what will happen? You may not be able to select the better individual. So it should not be too small, it should not be too large. If it is too large, then computational complexity will be high. If it is too small, then the quality of solution will not be better. So you have to find out in between this. Therefore, optimal population size needs to be decided by trial and error. So there is no technique. By using trial and error, you will have to work on, start with the initial size of the population. Okay. Now we have seen how to select, how to represent solution in the population, how to represent a population. Next important step is how to perform selection. To perform selection, the common criteria is better individuals has to be selected. So survival of fittest criteria is used. Okay, but how actually that has to be incorporated in an algorithm? So there are several techniques. So we are going to discuss these techniques one by one. We'll go through them. First, Rowlett-Will selection, then stochastic universal sampling, SUS we call it. We have tournament selection, ranked selection, random selection. These are some of the techniques that you can use for selection. Okay, we will see them one by one. So for this Rowlett-Will selection, the basic concept uses fitness proportionate selection. The concept is, if fitness is more, then there should be more chances that that individual will get selected, right? That is obvious, right? If fitness value is high, then naturally that particular solution has to be selected. So that is the concept of fitness proportionate selection. In this, every individual can become a parent with a probability which is proportional to its fitness. So if fitness is more, then probability of getting it selected will be more. It's natural. Therefore, fitter individuals have higher chance of mating and propagating their features in the next generation, generated offspring. Therefore, such a selection strategy applies a selection pressure to more fit individuals in the population, evolving better individuals over a time. Consider a circular wheel now. Think in terms of implementation. Consider a circular wheel, something like this. This wheel is divided into n pies. Divide this wheel into, suppose, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 pies. Pie means parts of a circle, right? So we call it a pie. So this wheel has been divided, circular wheel has been divided into 5 parts or 5 pies. Okay. Uh, Now why 5? Because uh, population size is 5. Size of the population is 5. That is n. Each individual gets a portion of circle which is proportional to its fitness value. Now what does this mean? This solution 1, that means individual 1, that is getting the smallest part on this circular wheel, right? Because its fitness is less. Fitness is less. Then this individual 3 is getting the highest part on this circular wheel. Because why? That might be the, what might be the reason? Because fitness of 3 may be the highest, therefore 3 has got the more portion of this circular wheel. Okay. So in short, what is this? We are going to assign a portion of the circle depending upon the fitness value. If fitness is less, less portion of the circle. If fitness is more, more portion on the circle. Now this concept has been used, fitness proportionate concept has been used in these two techniques called as Rowlett wheel selection and stochastic universal sampling. Up to this point, understood the concept? What is fitness proportionate?
Yes, sir.
We have n individuals. Every individual has fitness value. Okay. Depending upon that fitness value, you are going to assign portion on the circular wheel. That is fitness proportionate concept. Now, how you are going to implement? There are two ways that we are going to consider. One is Rowlett wheel selection and another one is stochastic universal sampling. Now, let us consider the first one, Rowlett wheel selection. Here we have a circular wheel that is divided into n pies because there are n individuals. A fixed point is chosen on the wheel, uh, same wheel as we have considered earlier. A fixed point is chosen on the circumference, for example this one. This is a fixed point. Along with the circumference. The region of the wheel which comes in front of the fixed point is chosen as the parent. For second parent, the same process is repeated. Before that, you are going to repeat this, rotate this particular wheel. Again, I am repeating. We have a circular wheel. On this circular wheel, we have chromosomes or solutions. Depending upon fitness values of those solutions, that solution will get area on the circular wheel. There is a fixed point. along with the circumference of this wheel. Then to select the first parent, you are going to rotate this wheel. The individual which will come in front of this fixed point, that is selected as a parent. Okay. Then first parent will be chosen. Again wheel will be rotated. Rotate this wheel again. After some time it will stop. Then you will find out some other individual may come in front of this fixed point. That will be the second parent which is selected for crossover purpose. So this is the technique now, Rowlett wheel. What is this Rowlett wheel? Anybody has got in how this idea might have derived? What is Rowlett wheel? Anybody knew? Yes?
Casinos, sir.
Pardon?
This wheel is mainly in casinos, gambling.
Right. Casino gambling. Good. Any other answer? One more place you might have seen this. Earthen pot makers. Earthen pot makers, they use such a wheel. In Marathi you call it kumbhar. They prepare earthen pots or matka, right? Such a wheel they have, and this wheel is rotated. What they do initially, they put out here uh, the mud. Initially they put mud out here, and then this wheel is rotated, and they use their hands and give a shape, desired shape to that mud. An earthen pot is prepared, something like this. Okay, they use their hands. They use mud. They put it initially on this wheel. They rotate this wheel with the hand, and then with the hands they give shape to that mud. That is Rowlett wheel actually, or your uh, casino wheel. Same way, casino wheel. That is the example. So now actually statistics you can use for this purpose. What is the probability that a particular part of the wheel that will get in front of, or that will get selected, right? So here the natural thing is that if the individual has better fitness, there are more chances that that individual will get selected. Why? Because better individual have better more area on the Rowlett wheel. If fitness is more, then area on that Rowlett wheel will be more. So more chances that that particular individual will get selected. So fitter individual has a greater pie on the wheel, so therefore more chance that it will get selected. Therefore the probability of choosing an individual depends directly on its fitness. Okay. Now consider this example. We'll stop after this. Uh, this is a Rowlett wheel. How many solutions are there? Chromosomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Their fitness values are given out here. So A is having fitness value 8.2, that is highest. So therefore you will find out the fitness of A is highest on this Rowlett wheel. Sorry, area of this A is highest on this Rowlett wheel. Fitness of F is smallest, that is 0.3, which is given. So the area on this Rowlett wheel for this solution F is smallest. Okay. After A, which chromosome has the highest area? After A,
E,
right. E is the next candidate after A, whose value is 4.2. So you will find out the area associated with this E, that is after this A. Okay, so in this way, this Rowlett wheel solutions are put on this Rowlett wheel. This is a fixed point. So you are going to repeat this, rotate this wheel. Okay, and after that some time it will stop. So the individual which is in front of this fixed point, that will be selected. For example, suppose this is one of the snapshot. So D will be selected as one of the parent. Not necessary that always A will get selected. Oh, randomness is there. That's why that comes under randomized algorithm. ठीक है? Then again wheel will be rotated and somewhere it will stop. The solution which is in front of that fixed point, that will be selected as a next individual, and then crossover will takes place. Understood up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Now next task is, now this is how this method works. You have to put it in algorithmic form. Computer will not understand this, whatever we are discussing right now. So how to put it in, how to implement this? Just an idea I will give you. Calculate this S. What is this S? Sum of fitness. All these fitnesses. For example, add all these values 8.2, 3.2, 1.4, right? Up to 0.3. This is, if you add all this, that sum you call that as S. Okay. Generate a random number between 0 to S. Generate a random number between this 0 to S. Starting from top of a population, keep adding fitness to the partial sum P. Until you repeat this until this P is less than S. Okay. The individual for which this P exceed S is the chosen individual. That's how you are simulating this rotation of a wheel, and it will stop somewhere. Again I am repeating, you sum all the fitness values, so that will be S. Generate a random number between 0 to S. Now start with the top of a population. For example, you start with A, so its fitness value is 8.2. Keep adding the fitnesses to the partial sum P. You have to initialize P with 8.2. Then if till the P is less than S, so 8.2 is less than S, the individual for which this P exceeds S is chosen as the individual. So that is equivalent to rotating the wheel. It will stop somewhere. You are selecting that particular individual. So this is how in program you are going to implement this Rowlett wheel selection method. But actually the method is, there is a wheel, for example this wheel, solutions are put on this wheel based on their fitness value, rotate this, there is a fixed point, somewhere this wheel will stop, the solution in front of that fixed point is the selected individual. So depending upon how many parents you have to select, that many times you have to repeat this process. This is how Rowlett wheel selection method works. So we will continue further in the next class. If you have any doubt in whatever we have discussed so far, we can discuss that before starting our next lecture. But right now we are running out of time. We will stop here. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, sir.